Yep.
All right. So we're at this drift garage here in Abu Dhabi, and it is literally like the dream garage, not only because of the actual garage itself, but what's in it. So we start off with this S13 here. It's pretty sick, bone stock, super simple. I don't even know what motor is in it. We're gonna find out. But it's like fresh black paint. It's kind of like a simple S13. Big nose. SR looks like maybe an upgraded turbo. Yeah. Looks like a bigger Garrett turbo, a big radiator. I don't know anything about the power or anything, but it's modded pretty well, but it just looks completely stock on the outside. Then there's an 8.6 here, hatchback, which I assume is probably a GTS. It's actually really clean inside. And I don't think I've ever opened one of those hoods before. Another like body.
There's no point to.
What?
There's no point to opening hoods on these.
That was more modded than I thought it was going to be. Oh, it's like, is that carbed? Carbureted 4AGE. Super simple again. That looks like that'd be really fun to drive though. There's like a Mustang Cobra with some pretty gnarly front suspension and coilover, it looks like. It just keeps getting like pretty wilder and wilder. E36, M3, everyone has to have one of these. Hurricane interior. So it's going to be Alcantara on the sides. And then Hurricane in the middle. So this is like, we never got these seats in America, I don't think. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty stripped out. There's another one right there, super clean. I assume it's a 3.2, so it would be an S50 B32. The engine bay is like immaculate. It's like, it doesn't get dirty. Everything's like super clean. Stock airbox, keep the dust out. Then this is a Pajero or Patrol?
Nissan Patrol. Get your Land Cruiser stuff
I don't know
right.
these very well, but it's got a 572 cubic inch big block in it. And it looks like some pretty gnarly headers, like 2-inch primaries. And
With bride seats.
Sick. Super gangster.
Are
They're
they?
Lenzos, but they're sick looking. And then inside, it's got brids. How rad is that? So, oh, it's caged too. That's a really
Oh, I
good
didn't even
cage.
see the cage.
Tucked up really close. That's pretty rad. And then there's a S14. This is really cool. It's got a lot of build work done to it.
Yeah, look. RPF ones.
Yeah, RPF ones in the front. Looks like CR Kai's in the back. It's got a really nice fuel cell setup with like a no back window, but with a clear firewall that's slotted for the harnesses to go through it. And it's got a dry sumped LS in it, and it looks like it's got a tall deck Chevy motor. I won't pull the hood off this one because it requires more people, but it has. These are mast, right? They make these? Are these mast intake manifolds? Yeah. So it's got mast intake manifolds. It looks like a big aluminum block motor. RPF ones. Wisecrab. Yeah, you like see all the dry sump lines. They're all tucked up and run together. To bulkheads in the firewall and an Motec C127 dash. And what feels to be a NASCAR box in there. Fiberglass doors. Super nice fiberglass door. A little elbow guard that's made out of carbon for the passenger. How sweet is that, huh?
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. All carbon flat dash that's like tabbed to the roll cage with like little anodized Allen keys, washers. Just super, super nice build. It's got a nice wrap on it. And then there's another one over here.
You didn't even mention the Camaro whatever front end.
Like I said, it's got one of the Pandem crazy front ends.
All right, let's keep walking.
Keep walking.
We're on a time frame. We're
I know,
running
that's
out
what
of
I'm
film.
saying. So LSA?
LSA
It's an LSA.
or LS9.
And that came out of this that we saw drifting last night. Another Pandem Rocket Bunny front end. I'm gonna get chewed away for this. I don't even know what they are. And then these lifts all start here. They're like super nice Worth, like European lifts. Mark IV Supra. Looks like it just got a cage, just getting set up to be drifted. It's got a Wisefab rear subframe set up. They're so tiny. I feel like these would just break. But obviously they work. Mark IV Supras are cool. It's got Wisefab steering as well. And it just looks like it's on some Cusco coilovers, probably just space taker upper things. And then over here, it looks like they've got more V8 swap stuff. This is insane. Like,
Remember, this is a personal one-person's
this is
garage.
one-person garage that he also lets some of the local guys hang out and work on their stuff.
Yeah.
In-ground lifts, so you can put like a LMGT car on the lift. Super low. Just got a Z on there now. But it's all just immaculately clean.
When he says in ground, it means the lift sinks into the ground itself,
this one over here.
so it's completely flush.
Matching toolbox. And then, to be even more crazy, you're wondering how big this shop is, right? There's about 30 air conditioning units mounted on the walls.
Every single little tiny bay space has air conditioners.
And they're all over here as well. So if you see, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 12 or more AC units in here. And then outside, you haven't seen enough drift cars already, right? Oh yeah, the GSR over here. I guess that's probably in that car. And then this Go Bash is 911 over here. And then
There's the banged up missile G35 from last night.
missile with like wide body and like a bunch of work done to it. And then over here is a Mustang that used to belong to Vaughn, and it's got a Coyote motor in it with a blower, so it's probably 750 wheel.
Are you excited for Mustangs now?
This is pretty sweet. I mean, to have this as a car to go thrash around in, like, people don't just end up with Vaughn's cars. Like, that's a pretty big deal.
Is it a big deal?
It is pretty big.
Would you be proud?
I would be stoked to drive one of these. But yeah, and then there's some bays over here to park cars that are just covered. I guess they haven't finished this yet. And some cabana style parking over here. Like, oh, I need to keep my car dry and whatnot. It doesn't even rain here. So they have this like nice structure here built in. But yeah, it's a Lunatics Garage. It's pretty sick. Imagine having all that at your disposal to have some fun.